Hey everyone, today I wanted to do a video talking about something that I get asked questions about all the time, and I've mentioned it in a ton of my videos, but I've never really explained about what it is, and it is the Back to Mac recycling program. I feel like this is something that's talked about a lot by a lot of the gurus here on YouTube, but I've never really heard anyone explain it, myself included. I've never actually explained it when I've mentioned it in a video, and I get questions about it all the time, and I've realized that some people probably are really confused when we talk about Back to Mac in videos. So I basically just want to tell you what it's all about, and as much as I know about it, I might not know everything that there is to know about the program, but I know quite a bit. So Back to Mac is a recycling program that Mac has, and it's when you can take 6 empty, used up products, and I'll go more into which products qualify for Back to Mac in a couple minutes. When you take 6 empties or containers or used up products into Mac, and you can exchange them for a lipstick if you're at a counter, or a lipstick, a lip gloss, or an eyeshadow if you're at a pro store. So obviously the whole idea of the program is to recycle more instead of just tossing out your used up makeup products. So like I said, if you have 6 empties and you take them to a counter, you can get a lipstick of your choice, except for Viva Glam products, because Viva Glam products are solely for charity, like their profits go entirely to charity, so you can't Back to Mac for anything from Viva Glam, but any of their other regular lipsticks you can pick out, and then if you take them to a pro store, you could get a lipstick, an eyeshadow, or a lip gloss. So one of the most common questions that I get about Back to Mac is, can you Back to Mac non-Mac products? No, you have to Back to Mac Mac products, and you can't Back to Mac products, if that makes sense. So for example, the majority of the Mac lipsticks I have Back to Mac for, and they have a B2M scribbled on the bottom that they wrote there when I got the lipstick. So I can't go count this as one of my 6 to go Back to Mac since I got it from a Back to Mac, if that makes sense. But otherwise, what qualifies for Back to Mac is pretty much anything with plastic on it. So for example, Mac wipes. This counts because it has the plastic lid. Here's my brow set. I Back to Mac these when I'm done with them because they have the plastic casing. Eyeshadows can be Back to Mac. One of the most common questions that I hear about Back to Mac is, can you Back to Mac eyeshadows that don't have the little metal pan in them? Because a lot of people buy these and then they depot the eyeshadows out. And I have never been turned down at a Mac for trying to Back to Mac these without the pan. A lot of people are under the impression that they want the metal pan back, or even that if, like, when I depot these, I use a flame, so they are melted and totally just disfigured and ruined when I take them Back to Mac. And a lot of people are under the impression that if the plastic is melted or if it doesn't have the pan, they won't take it. And really, they're going to recycle the plastic anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's melted or not. They're going to liquefy it anyway and recycle the plastic. So they don't care really what condition it's in or if it has the metal pan. If you get turned down at a Mac because your eyeshadow doesn't have a metal pan, go to another Mac, because I have Back to Mac eyeshadows that are melted and do not have the metal pan in them at 4 different Macs, and those are a combination of both pro stores and counters, and I have never had a problem doing it. So yeah, if your Mac turns you down, go to another Mac, because I've never had a problem with it. Let's see what else. You can Back to Mac lipsticks that weren't Back to Mac. You can Back to Mac lip glosses, foundations, powders, Fix Plus, creams, pretty much anything with plastic packaging. One thing you cannot Back to Mac is kohl pencils, and I talked to the Mac girl last time I was there about this, just to clarify. If it has a wooden base, you can't Back to Mac it. So kohl pencils, even though it has the plastic lid, I guess that isn't enough. So these you can't Back to Mac, but mechanical pencils you can. So yeah, I think that that's all I really wanted to say about the program. I don't think there's anything that I know about that I am leaving out. Oh, another thing, you can Back to Mac more than 6 products at a time. Like what I like to do is I will save up my Back to Macs because I don't have a pro store near me, and I like to Back to Mac usually for eyeshadows, so I save them up, and then the next time I'm in a city that has a pro store, I will take in like 30 things and Back to Mac all of those for a bunch of eyeshadows, and you can Back to Mac as many sets of 6 at one time as you want. I also know that you can Back to Mac through the Mac website. I've never done it before, and I've never heard an opinion of anyone who has done it, but there is a place on there that if you go click on Back to Mac, you can only Back to Mac for a lipstick, but then there's 6 little drop down boxes, and you can put in which empty packages you have and then pick out which lipstick you would like, and then I think you mail them your empties and then they mail you a lipstick, something like that. The only problem with that is I looked at the like options for your empty packages, and they don't really have a lot of options. They don't include everything that you could be back to Macking. So I thought that that was kind of weird. So yeah, I hope that this kind of clarifies back to Mac for those of you who've been like, what the heck are they talking about every time I bring it up? And I guess that's about it. I hope you all are having a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.